When Mr. Scotty Guba started his real estate campaign about overpriced property, a lot of us reacted differently. And to an extent, there were some things he said that I disagreed with. That obviously does not ignore the fact that out of all some of his points that he highlighted, there are still some iota of truth. And today I'm going to be talking extensively on why you keep buying or why you are keeping it, why you are still investing in overhyped and overpriced property in Lagos, Nigeria. If this sounds like something you are truly interested in, please do also give us a thumbs like, endeavor to subscribe, and trust me, you don't want to miss any part of today's show. See you immediately after this short commercial. Don't go nowhere. Let me start this video with a disclaimer because I don't want unnecessary court suits or legal wahala. This video is not insinuating that every properties in Lagos are overhyped or they are overpriced. You need to understand that there are some market economics and demand dynamics that actually determine prices. However, there are still some insightful information that will help you understand why prices differs. And at the same time, you also get to understand how the market works so that when you're doing your next real estate investment, it will not be like putting the same peg hole in the same bottleneck. That obviously sounds ironic, but if you follow this video to the end, you will understand what I mean by the time I begin to highlight my points. So number one, why do I keep buying or investing on overhyped and overpriced property? Number one, exaggerated publicity. Now, when it comes to real estate, you need to understand that the industry is centered on one thing and one thing only. Whoever makes the loudest noise commands the highest sales. Now, another disclaimer. I'm not saying every property that has the highest publicity is overhyped. However, there are some things you need to understand. Now, you understand that when you're buying real estate, there have been instances whereby some real estate companies use your favorite celebrities, they use public social media influencers just to, get some level of attention. However, you will understand over time that some of these properties today are abandoned and deserted. And sometimes it has now become a thing of a discouraging factor for real estate investors. More importantly, those who have experienced the bittersweet parts of working with a negligent real estate developer. Now, what must you do? You must understand basically that the use of brand ambassadors or social media influencers does not necessarily determine if a project will be successful or not. Now, you also need to understand basically that there are some principles that guarantees the success of a real estate project. In as much as fact that your brand influencers, your social medias and your celebrities are doing their job, that obviously should not blind you to the fact that normal due diligence needs to be adequately taken into consideration before you jump into making any conclusion. Number two, when you buy, or the reason why you're buying overhyped and overpriced property is due to the fact that you don't have the basic knowledge of how the rental properties in Lagos worked. I've seen instances or I've seen several videos of a realtor who is advertising property in the Eleko axis. And this same realtor was saying that you can consider using that place for short let. And the question basically is, will I live Ikoyi? Will I live Lekki Phase 1? Will I live Surulere? Will I live Ikeja? And drive hours to Eleko just to ensure that I have short lets? Or does the realtor even understand what or how the rental market works? Now, this obviously will take me back to what I said previously. A lot of people are ignorant of some of the factors, and obviously they don't understand how demand works when it comes to rental properties in Lagos. Now, there are areas that are showing great signs of rental demand. However, You cannot make your decision based on some factors that may change as a result of one or two government policies. The success of every real estate project basically is dependent on some of the economic policies that is being made by governments. And if you don't understand that the rental market is not driven or based on sentiment, you will keep throwing your money into an investment that cannot work for you while you are sleeping. I know the reason why many people are investing in real estate is that they will get to a point in their life where they can sleep and their money is working for them. But when you put your investment in the wrong place, trust me, you'll be the one making your money work for you because you have done the right thing in the wrong way. And these are some of the things you need to avoid when you are buying properties. Another reasons why you are still buying the wrong real estate investment or why you are buying overhyped and overpriced property is because of the fact that many people don't understand the basic regulations that are being enacted by the government. Recently, the Lagos State government released 176 estates that they were tagged as illegal. In as much as fact that is not obviously a big deal, but trust me, more surprises are coming from the government. And one of the things we've done over time basically is that we have tried as much as we can to familiarize ourselves with some of these principles and understand the ways and some of the things that influences government decision. An holistic knowledge of this is one of the things, or there are several things that we have been using to make our property recommendations. In as much as fact that government will be government, it is very important to understand that these things are not inevitable. In as much as, despite the fact that everybody likes Lagos, you need to understand that when it comes to Lagos, policies may change. Another reason why you keep buying overhyped and overpriced property is due to the fact that you might be working with inexperienced or greedy real estate consultants. Yes, there are some real estate consultants that I've worked with several times that they don't care about the safety of your investment. They don't care about what may come out after several years. What they care about is their own personal interest. And that is why it is very sad that when it comes to industry knowledge, you obviously cannot quantify the role of having an experienced and, of course, intelligent realtor who can be in a better position to tell you what to buy and what not to buy. You see, when you are buying properties in Lagos, you need to understand that the business is interest driven. You need to understand that the principles of markets and demand are very important. You need to understand that not all investment can give you the expected return. And this is why having a market understanding of how the laws of demand and supply works is very important. Having an adequate knowledge of the rental opportunities and areas where rental opportunities are less are very critical. It is also very important you understand the basic things that can make you lose your investment. And this is where the knowledge of government regulations are very critical. Now, if you don't have an adequate understanding of this and you keep working with people that are self-centered, you will keep doing the wrong investment over and over again. And it might become a repeated cycle of failures if they are not properly paid attention to. Final disclaimer. Not all properties are overhyped or overpriced. However, there are some properties that people or some investors have paid millions and today they have not been able to realize the value of the money they paid for. So when you are buying real estate, all these things are very, very crucial. And that is why we will be doing a real estate investment seminar on our live session where we'll be talking about some fundamental things. And this is why it is very important that you stick to this channel, you follow us so that when we drop videos like this, you'll be able to understand all of this. Until I come your way in another exciting, educative, and of course, informative episode of Property Matters, I remain Adijari and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now. Thanks and God bless you.